In this video, we'll be looking at how you can create polls on your website using the new SNO Polls plugin, and then how you can add them into different places on your site, including stories and your website's homepage for visitors on your site to take. So the first thing we need to do here is create a poll. To do that, you're going to want to go to the back end of your website. And then along this left navigation menu here, you want to click on the tab that says SNO Polls. Once you click on that, you'll notice that there are 3 different drop-down options that appear below. So the first is All Polls. That will show you all of the polls that currently exist on your website. The second tab here is Add New Poll, so we'll return to that in just a second. That's where you can create new polls. And then this third tab here is Poll Analytics. So if you want to go back and see the different votes for polls that have already been published on your website, you can do that here. So let's create a new poll. So I'm going to go Add New Poll. And the first thing you want to do up at the top here is enter your question. Once you've done that, you can add your answers. Another new feature that is part of the SNO Polls plugin that wasn't previously available with the old WordPress plugin is you can now upload images to correspond to the different answers for your poll. You can do that just by clicking on this little camera icon next to each of your answers and selecting those from your media library. Once you've finished adding your answers and any corresponding images, some other areas to pay attention to within this polls page are the poll options box on the right. This is where you can set your poll end date and end time. You can choose to remove the end date if you like, and then you can choose if you want to show a featured image in place of the poll question, and if you want to show people poll results after the poll ends. Right below this poll options box is one more box to pay attention to. This is where you can set a featured image for your poll if you'd like to do so. Maybe I'll do that here quickly. And then once you've finished setting and making all of these selections on this poll page, go ahead and click Publish in the top right corner. All right, so now we've created this poll. But by default, it's not going to show up anywhere right away. So there are a couple of different places that you can add your poll. And the 2 most common are within a story and then within a widget on your website's homepage. So we'll start with within a story. So I'm just going to go to my Stories tab here on the left. And I'm just going to add this poll into a story that I've already created. So I'm going to click onto it and edit it. If you were creating a new story, you would go ahead and add all of those traditional story components first. So now to embed the poll into the text of my story here, what you want to do is place your cursor into the article where you want the poll to go, and then just enter a blank line to give it some space to take up. Once you've done that, go ahead and click Add SNO Story Element right above the body text field here. You'll see a variety of different elements you can incorporate into your stories on the left, but we want to choose the one that says SNO Poll. Once you've done that, it's going to ask you which poll you want to display, and it's going to allow you to change design settings for the poll if you want to. Once you've done that, go ahead and click Insert in the top right corner. And you'll notice you don't get an immediate preview of what that poll is going to look like. Right now, we're basically seeing the short code that's going to be used to display the poll to a reader. But you can either update the story entirely or click on Preview Changes. And that'll allow you to see what the poll looks like in action. So here's my poll. Here's my question at the top with the featured image. And then here are my 3 answers. Then you can see the results after a visitor has participated in the poll. So that's how you can incorporate a poll into a story on your website. The other option and most common place to add a poll is somewhere on the homepage of your website so that it catches the attention of people and that they are running into it somewhere that they're likely to be on the site. So to add that, we need to start by going to the widget control panel, which you can access by hovering over SNO Dashboard, Widget Control Panel. Once you're on this page, the first thing is to identify the widget area that you want to place that poll into. So for me, I think I'm going to use home top right. So I'm just going to open up that area. Then what we need to do is over on the left here, you need to find the SNO Poll widget and then just drag it into the area where you want it to go. You'll notice once you drop the poll into the area, the widget immediately opens up and you get to customize which poll is showing up as well as some of the display options for it. So you can choose your poll from this list here. You can play around with these display options and then select which widget style you would like to apply to this poll widget. And then go ahead and click done when you're finished making those changes. So now if we return to my home page and look at the home top right section, which for me is right here, you can see here's that poll. I've got the featured image up at the top, and then here's each of those answers. So that's how you can use the new SNO Poll widget to create polls on your website and give visitors an opportunity to engage and interact a little bit more on your site. And as always, if you have any questions using the SNO Poll widget, feel free to reach out to SNO Support.